Hey, Dan Meyer here, and I'm back once again with more tips for you on why I left Wells Fargo. And today we're talking about the 5 things you need to do first, right? So when I left Wells Fargo to be an entrepreneur, there were several things that I did that I think are important. And I've worked with many business owners since then, especially new entrepreneurs, people who are leaving a job and wanting to set up a business. And these are the things that I recommend almost all of them do to get started. And really there are 5 keys to success that we all have to do, but I just think you should do these 5 first. So number 1 is write a business plan. So for most of us, this is pretty easy. In a corporate environment, there's a lot of documentation. We're always writing plans and updating plans and doing all this stuff. So, just go to Google and say, give me a business plan template, or better yet, go to ChatGPT or Google Bard and have them help you create one. But a business plan, basically just to put all your thoughts in paper and to start structuring it and getting you to talking about it in a way that you can summarize it, right? So the business plan should be able to help people understand why you're doing what you're doing, not just because you want to, because you see an opportunity to make money, you see an opportunity to help people, you see an opportunity to offer a product or service that's going to make a difference in people's lives. If you can put that into a document, it could be 1 page, it could be several pages, but the idea is that you want to be able to put down on paper what it is that you're going to do, how you're going to do it, why you're going to do it, where you're going to do it, who you're going to do it with. All these things should be in that business plan. And so there are several different ways to get started with a business plan. But like I said, just Google for a template. Even I think Microsoft Word's got a template. Definitely use something like ChatGPT to help you write a business plan. And it's going to always evolve, right? Your business plan is never going to be set in stone. You're going to constantly be making tweaks to it. But you really want to start with that. And in a business plan, you want to be able to do things like write your vision, write your mission. They don't have to be final, right? They're going to evolve, but get something started. What do you envision? For me, it was, I envisioned being able to train people how to be business analysts. I'm a great business analyst. I've trained business analysts in my company. Now I want to be the one going out there training business analysts for all kinds of companies and charging a lot of money for it and having a big impact. And that's exactly what I did. So my business plan was to basically set up an analytics training company, which I did. So I had to figure out who I was going to market to and who would be my customers and how to find them. So I started networking and doing things that, basically fell into place based on my business plan. My business plan was one that I just basically Googled, and this was, 12 years ago, 13 years ago. So they're even better now. So write a business plan, number 1. Number 2, validate your business idea, right? So as you have that business plan, start socializing it. You don't have to share the whole plan with people, but you want to start getting people's input, right? You want to ask for feedback. You want to get people to say, yeah, I'd buy that, or I know someone who would buy that. You want to start getting a sense of, really, is it going to make sense, make money, right? Because that's the bottom line. Is a lot of people have good ideas, but it has to be the right place, right time, right people to be able to make money. So I see a lot of first-time entrepreneurs who have a good idea, especially a good idea in their mind that they think is going to make them rich, and they fail. Some of them don't even have a good business plan, but in a lot of cases, they haven't validated the business idea. Basically, you want to make sure that you've already got customers before you sink too much money into the business. Now, I knew from my experiences that if I moved to the Philippines and set up a training company to do business analytics, there's a lot of customers out there. Because I saw when I came here the first time working for Wells Fargo, doing training on business analytics, that there were a lot of people that didn't have the basics that we needed them to have. That they were typical of all the other big companies in the Philippines at the time that were doing outsourcing, that were taking work from overseas and using local talent to fulfill it. Business analytics was a big gap, and it was a big gap because it wasn't being taught in the schools. It wasn't a discipline that had really grown up within a lot of Filipino industries serving Filipino customers. So there was a big need, and so I validated that business idea. So whatever your business idea is that you put in your plan, then you want to validate it. You want to make sure you're going to be able to pay the bills. Number 3, you want to build a support network, right? So you want to start taking these people you're talking to and validating your idea and bringing them into your circle. You want to get them to follow your Facebook page. You want to get them to sign up to your newsletter. You want to get them somehow engaged some way to consume your videos, to subscribe to your channel. Whatever it is, you want to get them so that you're constantly seeing what you're doing, so they constantly give you feedback. So you have this board of directors, basically, or advisors that you're tapping into. People that are successful, maybe not even the same business, but they're good at business. people that are successful in a corporate world who think about how cool it is that you're going out and doing this bold thing of doing your own business. But you want to surround yourself with a core group of people that will help you grow your business. The best way to get customers is through referrals, right? You can spend a lot of money on advertising, but once you get good at what you do and the word gets out, you can spend a lot less money in advertising and just deal with referrals. Reward people for referrals, give them the ability to be an affiliate marketer, whatever you may want to do. But this is really, I think, how most businesses grow, is not through paid advertising. It's through organic growth that comes from building a network. So build a strong support network. Number 4, secure funding, right? So you can do the first 3 things before you even leave your corporate job. You can write the business plan, validate your business idea, and you can build a network before you leave your company. I did this for 6 months before I decided to leave Wells Fargo. I spent 6 months on LinkedIn growing my community. I spent 6 months socializing my business plan with people that I thought would give me good feedback, and I fine-tuned my business plan. So by the time I decided to leave Wells Fargo, I'd already spent 6 months doing this kind of prep work. And then once I decided to leave Wells Fargo, I actually stayed another 6 months because they wanted me to stay to finish the year out and give me a full bonus for doing that, which is what I wanted. So I stayed until January. Point is, I didn't secure funding right away. And I saved. I looked at ways to get, business loans. I looked into opportunities for grants and different stuff, and I actually did secure a pretty sizable business loan. I did set up my 401k to use that if I needed to. I had saved, a lot of money as well over the years for this idea of doing something like setting up my own business. And I also looked into business partnerships. Maybe not necessarily people that would pay me money, but would give me, an X deal, an exchange, right, a barter. So all these different things helped me, be ready to go when I was ready to go, and I had secure funding. So you don't have to make sure to do the same thing, because it took me 2 years to become profitable. My first year, I lost a ton of money. My second year, I made some money, but still lost money. It wasn't until my third year in business that I started seeing some profitable months. And then it was by year 4 that I was really successful. But you want to make sure you have the funding that will last you for a couple of years. I think the average business takes about 3 years to become profitable. So secure funding, that's number 4. Number 5 is build your online presence. Now, people usually get this backwards. People usually think, I have this business idea, I'm going to put it online, I'm going to make a ton of money. I'm going to build a Facebook page, I'm going to build a website, I'm going to do all this stuff, and people are just going to flock to me. That doesn't work, right? There's too many other people that have done that already. Social media and the internet is full of great business ideas that aren't making any money, because a lot of times people didn't really follow through on their business plan. They didn't validate their idea. They didn't think about how to build a strong support network of fans, people that want to see you succeed. And that you didn't secure the funding. So now you're out there on social media trying to build your presence, and you're spending money to do things like run Facebook ads or to hire a virtual assistant to push content to your YouTube or your TikTok. And you're not making money, but you're spending money. So I think that the 5th thing you do when you're ready to launch your own business is basically build an online presence. Now, you can start from day 1. I started building my presence primarily through LinkedIn before I even really thought about, for sure, leaving the bank. I started, interacting with influencers in the outsourcing space in the Philippines. I started adding connections who were senior managers and executives in the call center industry, the primary people where I thought I would do training for. So I was building the support network while I was building an online presence. But I was what I was selling. Me, my ideas, my IP, the things in my head. Once I had the ability to decide that I was going to leave and had the ability to use some money wisely, I invested in things like building my presence by hiring a virtual assistant to manage my LinkedIn. So I didn't spend all my days on LinkedIn. I looked at who to meet with and set up meetings with them. I did some online and some in person. I did a lot of research to look and see who were the key players in the industry, who were the key players in the government, who were the key players in academia that would be influential in helping try to train future business analysts. So I spent a lot of work preparing before I really went and pushed our message online. I think it's important because most people think, I just go online and it works. And it usually doesn't if you haven't done the other things first, right? So again, write a business plan, validate the idea, build a network, then secure funding, then go big, go online. So that's how I did it. That's how I recommend you do it. That's how I recommend a lot of clients that I work with that are new, that are transitioning from working for a big company to working for themselves. We talk about this a lot, and a virtual assistant is something that will come along at some point. Maybe to build the online presence bit by bit, maybe to help you build your network, maybe to help you even secure funding, but it's going to be an expense until you start making a profit. So that's just my 2 cents. So this is my talk for today. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so, and if you have, thank you very much. Drop any comments you have below. I'll be back soon with more videos about why I left Wells Fargo and what it taught me when I became an entrepreneur. So I hope this helps. Now, I encourage you all to get out there and have a great day.